Smash Bros. Has a ton of different characters with many different attributes and moves, and I've heard many different discussions on which character is the most unique in the game. Now that Sora is released, I can finally rank the characters by uniqueness. This list will judge how different the characters are compared to the rest of the cast, so that means that characters with similar mechanics will all be near each other on the list. But without further ado, let's begin. Lucina. There's pretty much nothing special about Lucina, she's just a sword fighter. Her neutral special is good for breaking shields, but that's it. Roy. Roy functions just like Lucina, except his sword makes flames and his neutral special is the strongest move in the game when fully charged. Chrom. There aren't any differences, aside from the fact that I find Chrom's up special to be more unique than Roy's, considering that it contains super armor. Dr. Mario. His cape is unique considering that it can turn around opponents, and the pills are a unique projectile. But Mario is more unique because of his down special Flood. It pushes away opponents, but that's all there is to it. Marth. He's the same as Lucina, but his tipper mechanic makes him more unique. Ike. He's another sword fighter, but his neutral special and up special make him more distinct compared to other fighters, besides Chrom. Pikachu. His neutral special is a different projectile considering that it sticks to the ground. Up special is also unique because it can change direction throughout the move. Pichu. He's the same as Pikachu, besides a few move changes, but the main reason that I put him above Pikachu is because he takes damage from using his own electric attacks. It's a bad attribute, but at least it's unique. Fox. The shine reflects projectiles, and the Fox illusion looks cool. Ganondorf. Side special and up special are command grabs, which makes them somewhat of a unique move, but there are other characters with command grabs. Captain Falcon. The second fastest character in the game. He's also accompanied with the knee and Falcon Punch. Wolf. Down special is a reflector, along with side special being somewhat unique. Falco. He's the character with the highest jump in the game, but the rest of his moves are similar to Fox's. Sonic. The fastest character in the game, and neutral special homing on the opponent is unique for sure. Yoshi. The double jump having super armor is unique, along with neutral special. Rob. Down special is a unique projectile, along with side special being able to reflect projectiles while also being an attack. Piranha Plant. All his specials, maybe besides up special, are unique, especially his side special because it doesn't deal any knockback, just damage. Bowser Jr. Many different attacks are present within this character, but none of them really stand out compared to other attacks. Down special is different, but none of the other moves make Jr. and the Koopling stand out that much. That's why I'm placing them around here. Pac-Man. His attacks are unique, but this is just like before, to where he doesn't really compare to other fighters. Donkey Kong. Neutral special being a chargeable attack is cool, but the main reason that I put DK up here is because of his grab. Being able to move when grabbing someone is strangely useful, and it can be a bit broken sometimes. Luigi. Side special having RNG mechanics is different, and up special having a sweet spot is cool. Corrin. Forward smash being able to hit opponents when charging is very unique, along with side special preventing opponents from moving at all for a period of time. Zero Suit Samus. Neutral special and down smash stunning enemies is unique, and the flip jump is a strange way to move around, but a cool one. Byleth. Each weapon being matched to a directional input is cool, along with one focusing on a particular factor, such as range or power. Also being able to spike someone off of the command grab of up special is decent, to say the least. Toon Link. He has good projectiles, but he's the most basic out of the other Links. Speaking of, Young Link. He's pretty much the same as Toon Link, but he has fire arrows. Link. He acts like the other two Links, but up special works differently and the bombs and arrows change, along with forward smash having a projectile at 0%. Diddy Kong. Side special and up special are unique moves, and pulling a full-on item into the match with this down special isn't something that many other characters can do. Sheik. Side, up, and down special are all unique moves, especially up special being a teleport. Palutena. She also has a teleport, along with some distinct projectiles and a very tall up smash. But what puts her in this spot is that her down special is both a counter and a reflector. Isabelle. Reflectors immediately send projectiles back to the opponents, but Isabelle's neutral special lets her steal a projectile from an opponent and release it whenever she chooses to. Her fishing rod is also a different move. Dark Samus. All the projectiles within Dark Samus places her in this spot, and that's pretty much all there is to say. Samus. She's the exact same as Dark Samus, but with a more unique dodge roll. Zelda. Forward and back air having Sweet Spot is unique considering how strong the Sweet Spot is compared to the Sour Spot. All her special attacks are also very cool moves. Villager. His down special is strange because it has a whole process to go through, but that's what makes it unique. He also has the same neutral special as Isabelle. Mr. Game & Watch. Side special having RNG mechanics is unique, especially because there are 9 different versions of the move. Down special also absorbs or reflects projectiles, and the absorbed ones can eventually be turned into a very strong attack. Duck Hunt. All their projectiles are different, especially because they can still be interacted with by the zapper after they're released. Simon. Neutral special being able to go through solid ground is pretty unique for a projectile. Holding down A also lets him swing around his whip freely. Richter. The exact same as Simon, but I think the blue fire looks cooler. But both him and Simon can be interchanged. Daisy. Moving on. Peach. Her ability to float in midair is incredibly unique. It gives her an amazing horizontal recovery. The RNG with her down special also lets her bring in items into the match, just like Diddy Kong. King Dedede. Inhaling people with this neutral special is cool and all, but Dedede is this high because of his multiple jumps. Every character before him only has 2 jumps, but he has multiple, which leads me to the rest of the characters with multiple jumps, which includes Meta Knight. Along with his multiple jumps, his down special is unique because it can act similarly to a dodge roll. Ridley. His down special is incredibly powerful with the Sweet Spot, and if he gets hit when charging his neutral special, he takes damage. This is of course accompanied by his multiple jumps. Jigglypuff. She has the best air movement in the game, especially with her multiple jumps. Sending opponents to sleep with her up special is also unique. Pit. Changing the direction of the arrows when they're already released is very unique. Side special deflecting projectiles is also a unique attribute, along with multiple jumps. Dark Pit. He's pretty much the same as Pit, but the side special and arrows are stronger. Banjo and Kazooie. Their side special being completely invincible is amazing, but unlike any other move, it's restricted to only 5 uses per match. His down special also releases the grenade in the opposite direction of him. And of course, he has 3 jumps. Sora. While he doesn't have multiple jumps, he is very floaty. His neutral special cycles through different moves, which is something that no other character has. His counter also trips up opponents before they're hit. Mega Man. Mega Man's moveset can normally be put around where Bowser Jr. and Pac-Man are, but he's all the way up here because he's able to walk while using his forward tilt. The only other characters that can do this are Min Min and Steve, but they are much further down the list because they have many more unique attributes. Greninja. His side special is a very cool move, and his counter can also be angled in 8 directions. Snake. His side special is like Pit's arrows because it can be controlled after it is released, but the missile goes slower so you have more control over it. His down special is also unique, and I'm sure you all know about the infinite recovery that he has. Mewtwo. Along with his teleport, his down special confuses opponents. This is very unique. Wario. His side special is cool because his bike can be picked up and thrown after he gets off it, but he's all the way up here because of his neutral special. Not many characters can heal themselves, but Wario can with his neutral special. Speaking of characters who can heal, Ness. Ness's down special also lets him heal himself when absorbing certain projectiles. His up special is also different because it doesn't let him move upward automatically. You have to navigate PK Thunder to hit Ness to move him upward. Every other up special that acts as a recovery option lets the character automatically recover, except Ness's and Lucas. He shares a lot of similar moves with Ness, but I find his moves to be more unique. His neutral special can freeze opponents, which is something that almost no other character can do. Bayonetta. If she dodges late, Bat Within can save her by reducing the damage of the opponent's attack. Her down special also lets her slow down time, which is super cool. Bowser. Bowser has a mechanic called Tough Guy, which gives him super armor to many small attacks. Super armor is usually attached to specific moves, but in this case, it's attached to a whole character. King K Rool. Along with his down special acting as a counter and a reflector, K Rool also has his belly armor, which is pretty much Bowser's Tough Guy, but it has some differences. It only activates when doing certain moves, such as neutral air or dash attack, and it can break like a shield. While those differences are weaknesses, they make it more unique, and K Rool himself is already more of a unique character than Bowser is. Little Mac. We're starting to get into the characters with completely unique mechanics, starting with Little Mac's KO punch. When the meter fills up, he can unleash a very powerful punch for his neutral special. His smash attacks also have super armor, and he is invincible during his counter. Incineroar. Instead of his counter working normally, it powers up his next attack. This is quite the strange ability, but a pretty good one at that. His side special is also cool because it works differently depending on the timing. Cloud. Just like Little Mac's KO punch, Cloud has Limit, which when charged, powers up all his special attacks. It can also change his down special to Finishing Touch. Wii Fit Trainer. Their mechanic is called Deep Breathing. It powers up all their moves, while increasing their speed as well. Their neutral special also heals them. Sephiroth. His mechanic is his wing. It boosts his strength and speed while giving him a third jump and super armor on his smash attacks. His forward aerial can also stick to walls, and his side special is a very cool projectile. His counter also activates even if an opponent didn't hit it, but it can also break if the opponent's attack is too strong. Joker. His mechanic is his persona, Arsene. Arsene increases his attack power, while changing his special moves. His neutral special and side special get powered up, but his up and down special completely change. His side special also curses the opponent, giving them additional damage over time. Inkling. Now come the characters with the resource mechanics, starting with Inkling. The strength of their moves depends on how much ink they have, and if they don't have enough ink, they can't even use some of their moves. Robin. They work just like Inkling, but they cannot manually recharge their magic, and each of their spells has their own meter, unlike Inkling where all her moves revolve around the same meter. Robin's down special also lets them heal themselves, which I've already said is unique, and I feel like I've used that word a billion times in this video already. Olimar. His resource mechanic is his Pikmin. I find this to be more unique than Inkling's ink and Robin's magic because each Pikmin works differently. For example, red Pikmin have fire properties and yellow Pikmin have electric properties. Ice Climbers. Two characters in one, that's already a very different mechanic. Freezing opponents is cool too, but Popo and Nana play almost the exact same, unlike Rosalina and Luma. Luma is completely different compared to Rosalina. Unlike Nana, but just like the Pikmin, Luma has a certain amount of HP, but you can also control Luma individually, unlike the Pikmin and Nana. Lucario. Every single character in Smash Bros. Is punished for taking damage, except for Lucario. Aura incredibly buffs his moves the more percent he has. The difference between Lucario's strength at 0 and 100% is ridiculous. Shulk. Mechanics like Limit, Arsene, KO Punch, One Wing, and Deep Breathing upgrade specific things all at once. However, Shulk's Monado arts allow him to choose what he upgrades. He can either buff his jump height, speed, defense, damage, and knockback. Backslash dealing double damage from behind is also a good reference to the original game. Hero. Hero's resource mechanic is MP, but he has many other tools that place him in this spot and not where the other resource mechanic characters are. His smash attacks can possibly deal a critical hit, and he has the greatest number of specials in the game. Whack and Thwack can possibly instantly KO opponents. Snooze puts opponents to sleep. Acceleratal, Oomph, and Psych Up increase specific stats. Kaklang makes him invincible, etc. Steve/Alex, the final character with the resource mechanic. Their mechanic is the most utilized though. So much so that almost every match featuring them begins with them mining for materials. They have 5 different levels of tools they can use, which can change up their playstyle a lot. Being able to place blocks in midair can be game changing. In fact, it was. They had to rework all the stages so that Steve's blocks can fit on them. That's some dedication for one character. All of Steve's other specials are incredibly unique as well. The final thing that I'll mention about Steve is that he can walk when using his up and forward tilt, just like Mega Man. This greatly extends his combo potential. Kirby. I've talked about almost every character's individual mechanic, but Kirby can utilize almost each one with his copy ability. Kirby can have Steve's blocks, Inkling's ink, Shulk's Monado arts, Luma, Pikmin, etc. Each time a character gets added to the game, they have to add their neutral special to Kirby, which gives Kirby the most amount of moves in the entire roster. Pyra/Mythra. Each character that I've covered so far all function individually. While they have specific mechanics such as buffs, super armor, multiple jumps, and more, their attributes belong to them and them only, besides some Echo Fighters. But no other character besides Pyra/Mythra and Pokemon Trainer can switch to a completely different character throughout the match. This mechanic alone outshines every single other mechanic in the game. While some could argue that individual mechanics such as Steve's blocks and materials are more unique than the switching mechanic, the switching mechanic changes up the whole match, unlike individual mechanics that slightly change up the match. Pyra and Mythra themselves play similarly, but they do have different specials, and Pyra focuses on power while Mythra focuses on speed. Mythra also has Foresight, which acts like a combination of Bayonetta's Bow Within and Witch Time. But since they are similar, I'll put Pokemon Trainer above them. This is because there are 3 characters this time instead of 2, and each character plays completely different. So I have now covered all the mechanics that change the gameplay, but there are 5 more characters to still talk about. These next characters don't just change the flow of the match with their abilities, but they change the way that you have to play the game. You have to control these characters differently. So I'll start with Ken. While he does function like a normal character, his command inputs and auto turnaround feature change the way he is played. Ryu. He's pretty much the same as Ken, but his additional flaming Hadouken input gives him the edge. Terry. Terry is where things really change. He's the only character in the game to have 2 different side specials based on the direction he is facing. His go meter is also cool because it only activates at 100%, and it gives him 2 extra attacks that are activated by command input, which Terry also has, including the auto turnaround mechanic. Min Min. To match the playstyle of ARMS, Min Min had to control differently compared to other fighters. Her neutral special acts as a forward tilt with her right arm, and her side special acts as a forward smash attack. Her up special also changes when in mid-air. Min Min practically has 3 different movesets because of her 3 different arms, kind of like Steve's different weapon types. But the most distinct part about Min Min is that she can use her forward smash attack in the air. No other character can do this. This alone would put her at number 1, but she was beat out by Kazuya. Along with having a special mechanic known as Rage, along with the auto turnaround mechanic, along with Tough Guy, and along with command inputs, Kazuya has the most diverse controls in the entire roster. Having every move being set to a directional input, along with depending on how long you hold the button, makes Kazuya have the most normal moves in the game. He even has a special grab called Gates of Hell, and along with all those attacks, Kazuya still has special moves, smash attacks, and normal aerials. But on top of all of that, he even has special camera angles for his throws and down special. What other character has special camera angles? Anyway, Smash Ultimate is filled with characters with many different mechanics and controls. We don't need any more new characters in this beautifully made and balanced game. I personally believe that Smash 6 will change the whole formula of the series up. They might renew it into a 3D fighter, but as it is right now, Smash is more than complete. As we've already said, thank you Sakurai for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. I'm currently playing through Kingdom Hearts for the first time because you, your team, and Nintendo were able to put Sora in Smash. Masahiro Sakurai and the whole team behind Smash Ultimate, We love you.